sit down.
I learned from, Pat was the one that told me about Chance, or he was Buddy at the time.
You might speak up a little too.
Sorry, I'm a very soft speaker.
Yeah.
But she was the one that told me about Chance.
Right.
She said she was getting a beagle that was blind. And so I was here when she actually got him and she brought him in and everything, but I didn't have any plans at the time to get him.
Right, sure, yeah.
and stuff. I was like, I have two. I think I'm good. And everything. And so I know that he had his, you know, she was planning his surgery. He had his surgery and everything. And like I saw him beforehand, his eyes were bulging.
Right, I remember seeing that too.
Yeah. And then afterwards, when he had the Chance, come here. Sorry.
Maybe he's looking for Wink.
Come here, Chance. I'm sorry.
That's it.
And I saw him afterwards when he had the stitches. It was kind of startling at first.
Right.
You know, seeing him without his eyes, but you get used to it and you don't even notice it anymore.
Right.
And so then my mother, she said to me, she's like, "Why don't you go ahead and get him?" And I was like, "Are you serious?"
Come here. He wants his mommy.
He's not gonna stay up.
Well, hi, buddy.
But yeah, so I talked to Pat and we came here, met her here at the park, and he came home with me that day and he was following me around and everything.
I wonder how he knew.
I was surprised how quickly he took. How quickly he took to me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know, because my other two, I mean, it took them a little bit more time. Him, he was just like, first day, he's following me around. I was like, okay.
Now that was before you got him though.
No, went after I got him.
Oh, after you got him.
We were here at the park, and I was just calling him. I was like, come follow me. I'm like, I was calling him Butterbean.
Butterbean, yeah.
Yeah. And so then we got home, I was trying to think of names for him, because I already have one buddy. I was like, I can't have two buddies. That would be a little too confusing for the dogs.
Right.
So I text messaged all my friends, and then somebody came back with the name Chance, and I was like, that goes with him, like
he got a second chance.
A second chance.
Right.
Oh, he's going off again. Watch out. But yeah, so that's how we came up with the name Chance.
So I know he's got an independent spirit.
Yes, he does. His unofficial middle name is Happy.
So how did he change from when you first got him and his behaviors then to now?
When I first got him, he would stick to me close here at the park. He didn't play with the other dogs too much. My two. He was more like he kept to himself a little bit, and he excuse me, and he used to cling to me when I picked him up. You know, taking him up and down the steps, you could really feel it. He would cling to you and everything. But now he's a lot more trusting. You know, he just lays in my arms. You know, no clinging. He doesn't think that I'm going to throw him or drop him or anything like that.
Right.
And he and Wink are really tight. They're like best buds. They play all the time. He and Buddy are just like, okay, we share the same space.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
And I mean, they have their moments. And it's amazing to watch him with people, considering everything that he's gone through, how trusting he is, that he'll go up to a person right into their lap and everything, and just,
because originally didn't he think somebody was going to hit him every time they got near him?
Yeah, that's what Pat said. He kind of
I remember that. Yeah. Oh, you never saw him like that?
No, I didn't see him like that.
Oh, okay.
But it makes me angry at the people who had him before. You know, the more that I find out, just
it's hard to imagine. I mean, he actually got cigarette burns. He actually went out of his way to burn the dog. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I found one on his back,
and
I pointed it out to the vet when we first went there. But everybody loves him when they meet him.
Yeah,
at the vet's office, they love him. The groomers, they love him. He doesn't love them, but they love him.
Yeah,
and because he's so sweet.
Well, they heard his story. That's the reason. I guess they love him for that, you know. But what things did you do to help him? Like what?
Well, I try to. You know, I was reading up. I'm like, okay, I have a partially blind dog, but she can see, so she can get around. But what do I do with a blind dog? And they were like, don't, sort of like baby them. You know. You got to kind of let them, you know, don't bring their bowls to them or their water bowls. You show them where it's at, of course.
Right.
You know, but don't bring it to them all the time.
Right.
And I had to kind of get that in with my mom, because she wants to, you know, bring him his stuff all the time and everything. And I'm like, that's fine sometimes, but, you know, I just tap on the bowl I'm like, Chance, here's the water. You know, he knows where it's at, but if he's having trouble finding it, I tap on it for him and he can hear it. But, you know, I did that in terms of him gaining some confidence in himself. And we do our little teaching him to sit. That's what we've learned so far with him, just teaching him to sit. And now we're learning find. I'm trying to find the right things to teach him that I think that he can learn from me, as not being an experienced trainer or anything like that.
Right.
But I mean, he does really well. Now he goes off by himself here at the park. He ventures away from me, plays with some of the other dogs, and sniffs around. And he started baying at the park. He doesn't bark.
Right.
He doesn't bark, but he does bay.
Right.
When he hears Wink or Buddy start barking, he responds to them. You can just hear him going a little crazy there.
Right.
That's what he does when he hears them.
So him and Wink, how do they play together? How do they?
They wrestle.
They
wrestle. I do have to watch it because Wink, you know, she's 3, almost 4. He's 9.
He's 9?
Yeah, he's 9. He just turned 9 at the end of November and stuff. So
I thought he was about 7 when they.
no, I looked at his papers. It said he was born
I didn't even know he had papers. He's got papers?
Yeah, 2001. In the papers, it had his birthday, November 27th. I think is it 2001? Does that make him 9?
No, 2003 would make him 9.
2002, excuse me. So yeah, he'll be 10 this year, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he'll be 10 this year. It said he was born November 27th, 2002.
Huh.
But yeah, so because he had like a little hip issue there for a second, and I think it was just the wrestling. So
did Wink and him get together once originally, or no? At first they didn't like each other, or?
No, I mean I think it was just sniffing, passing by, and everything that type of thing.
They always got along.
Yeah, I mean Wink, she loves all the other dogs, so she was fine with him. I think Buddy, he's not used to. Wink's been through it once with Buddy, and Buddy's never been through a new dog. Right. So he's just kind of like, and he's spoiled. Right. So he's used to being, and I don't know if it's a male thing. Right. But I mean, they sniff each other and everything. Right. They've wrestled before in the past, but it's not like Chance and Wink, which I also think Wink has also helped him a lot in terms of him feeling more confident in himself, you know, wrestling with him and everything. He gets that pack, you know.
So what other things you teach him around the house? Like as far as navigating, I know you must have worked with him with the steps though. What'd you do with the steps? The steps, I tell him up, I tell him down. Like when we're going on the curbs, he has the front step. He was very nervous. So he knows the words up and down. Well, he should. I tell him when we're going up a curb, I'm like up, or we're going down it, I'm like down. I think because we take the walks all the time, he has it pretty much figured out. He avoids the steps in front of our building. He goes on he can walk up the steps, mind you. He's done it before, but he chooses to avoid them. Oh, okay. I've been trying to teach him to go up the steps since it's been nicer weather lately. Right. But he's still just like, I'd much rather go walk on the grass. Right. And come up to get to the sidewalk. Yeah. But I'm going to work on it with him more because I don't want him to fall down the steps when we move to the townhouse. Yeah.